they hear us?
Oh, ta-da.
Heyo.
There we are.
Live.
Hi, Facebook Live.
Hey everybody, Facebook Live video with the podcast today.
Can't actually see you, but hi.
I think I'm right in there. Oh, there we go. Let me jump back. You're in there.
You're in the way. Christo's face.
I'm sorry.
In my way.
That was a good
Okay.
Lamington. Who made the Lamington?
No one made them.
Coles
David
made them.
bought them.
Oh, David bought
Coles
them.
made them. Well,
Nice.
somebody had to have made them.
I might
Well-
get up and get one during this.
Midway
Okay.
podcast.
another
Riveting
Bring one for
podcast.
the road.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Most podcasts, you just have like a big thing of Lamingtons right in the
Yeah.
middle.
Actually, I might just bring the plate
Do it.
in.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do it.
I'll do it in a sec.
Okay then. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about tonight, gentlemen?
This week, we're talking about listener questions, of which there were very few.
Some may say zero.
That's fine.
But we have some questions
We'll
of our
just,
own
we'll
lined
just
up.
sit here.
we've got
quietly.
someone live.
We do have Hannah.
Oh.
Hi, Hannah. Send us a question. so we have stuff to
Say
talk about.
something. Someone say
Please.
something.
Please send us something.
Okay,
Send us something.
Christo.
We have some pretty general questions. I think we can just talk about
Yeah.
amongst ourselves. Though.
Mhm.
Just,
You've
you know,
got a
about-
whole list on your little notepad over
I
there.
thought some questions I'd like to ask you guys. I'd like to learn a lot more about you all.
Okay.
Is
Have
this
some
like
things.
hot seat? Like,
Hot seat. Well, I think, yeah, I'll fire them directly at different people. Are you ready, Nate?
no.
What? Your first question. What are the biggest challenges you face? DN.
At DN.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
life.
Well, so first,
Christo.
I can be pretty tough.
Or
Sorry.
just life in general.
Life in general.
Life in general. Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, do you wanna-
How deep are we wanting to
Well,
get?
do you want to start by explaining maybe just like what your kind of role is here at DN and what kind of stuff? you
Sure.
do?
So at DN, I do photography and videography. So a lot of internal content. So the vlogs was kind of Sam and my idea, and I'm the one that
Yeah,
sort
cool.
of produces them. But I do a bit of client work as well. We've done a couple of videos with some clients. We did
cool,
one
yeah.
with
Mark.
yeah,
From Steadfast Brecknock.
Steadfast Brecknock.
Did that a couple weeks ago. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at myself. I'm watching myself on here while I'm talking to you
Oh.
while watching myself over there.
That's
It's
getting weird
trippy.
It's
from like
amazing.
all angles.
But yeah, so photo, video. I mean, I'm fairly new, so my
Yeah,
role
sure.
is still evolving.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
What kind of experience have you had kind of learning? And
Zero.
Sure.
None at all. No. I studied filmmaking at Flinders University, doing
Yeah, cool.
a Bachelor of Creative Arts, majoring in screen production.
Oh, nice.
So it was a bit more film centric
Yeah,
rather
sure.
than sort of like commercial
corporate stuff. Yeah.
corporate stuff.
Yeah, right.
Although we
Oh.
did a bit of that in
Oh,
third year. Who's behind me?
Sam.
old mate.
Sam decided he didn't want to be on the podcast tonight.
No, just being lazy.
Okay.
Or he's scared of Facebook Live.
One
Well,
of the
I'm
two.
very doubtful that he's scared of Facebook Live.
He loves the attention.
that is not a thing.
But yeah.
Oh.
What kind of camera do you use?
I use a Canon 5D Mark IV.
Nice. It's like your personal camera?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You
Yes.
saved up fun. Very nice.
Yeah, and then I had no money, or still have no money. It was expensive, but I love it. It's lots of fun, but still learning how to use it. There's a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, nice.
There's
It's
a
like-
huge leap in technology from the camera I had beforehand, which was like a 650D, which was 6 or 7 years old, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, each year, Canon and Sony and Nikon bring out a new camera that has
I was gonna say how much
completely
like
different
I was gonna say
technology.
how much does the technology evolve like over time? Like does it get like does it kind of what's that like Moore's law? Or is it like double in whatever like each year?
Mm.
Yeah, well, the thing I think people that build cameras are constantly working on is higher frame rates, higher quality in video, photo,
Yeah.
trying to take more photos faster. The interesting thing that they've kind of been working on the last couple of years is the integratability with like your mobile, so sending your photos straight to your phone from your camera.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. I
But-
would have thought there was like way too much data for that, but
Yeah, you'd think. I've played around with it, but I haven't been able to set it up right yet. But yeah, no,
yeah, nice. Oh, cool.
it's cool.
But so, as in your role, what would you say your biggest challenges are?
He wouldn't let you get away with it.
I want to
Come
hear
on.
it.
I really tried.
He was
Yeah.
on a Lamington mission.
Oh,
He's on,
good luck,
he's on
buddy.
Lamingtons.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Compromise
Sure.
might sound a bit weird, but you know,
Yeah, in what sense?
well, you can constantly tweak a photo or constantly tweak a video, and it will never be perfect. So at some point, you have to go, okay, this is
kind
good
of
enough.
Step back. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I definitely have
That
trouble with
makes
that too.
sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think that applies to a lot of
I think like any
things.
kind of creative endeavor, or even like programming too. Like it's not as much, but yeah, definitely more creative stuff for sure. Like at a certain point, you just got to step back and be like, it's good enough.
Okay.
Tough
Yeah.
when you're a perfectionist. You don't agree?
No, I completely agree. I was just thinking about programming being fairly black and white, right?
Yeah, no, it is more black and white. Yeah, I guess in a sense, yeah, definitely.
But
It's like- yeah, no, it is,
everything is coded, right? So
Yeah, I mean, I
gotta
guess
think
for the
of
the
everything.
things you build, but I guess maybe you can kind of build more things. But I guess that doesn't apply with my job as much because it's kind of like you have to do this list of things for sure.
It's really fizzy.
Fizzy cider.
What's your biggest challenge, Christo?
Oh, my biggest challenge.
right back at you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know, there's a lot of variety in the stuff I do, which is cool. There's like a lot of new stuff you got to learn. Like I feel like like I'm kind of constantly got to figure out new ways to do the same things and do them kind of faster and even better. And finding out just even better ways to do things, right? Like we kind of use WordPress as a content management system and like all these different tools, like in regards to that. So finding like new tools or finding better ways to do things or faster ways to do things for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the biggest challenge. It's like an ongoing thing. Yeah,
I have another question.
I'm ready.
What's your favorite color?
There is a right answer.
Yeah, it's red for sure. It's always been
Oh,
red
That's incorrect.
since I was a
No.
kid.
No,
Blue.
that's not okay.
Blue.
Nah, blues.
Red's very angry, Christo.
Nah, red's,
Very aggressive.
red's
very-
it's not
oh, look, it's a
aggressive.
blade
Oh
of
my god, there are
Lamington.
Very
3 Lamingtons
passionate.
and there's 5 of us.
Oof,
Oh.
it's on.
Red also increases your appetite.
But it's also the
Especially
colour of
red.
lust, isn't it? It is.
Well,
Well, yes, generally
Hey.
speaking. But
very passionate color.
It's
I like
very-
it.
Would you consider yourself a
Intense.
romantic soul, Christo?
speed
Absolutely.
dating
Go,
with Christo.
going off of our Tinder podcast. Was
Yes.
it last week or the week before?
It was like 2-3 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop vibrating
someone's
him.
ringing him.
Someone is ringing me. I'm very
Leave
popular
Em
today.
alone.
It's all right.
She's on a podcast.
I guess
Yes.
people can kind of like
Don't
track us down and
interrupt.
watch right
Nick,
Yes.
what's your favorite color?
now. Don't choose
Orange.
red.
Orange?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's a tough question for a designer, isn't it?
Yeah.
very creative
I
color.
don't really have one. It just depends on
Mood.
the time. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, so you don't have a favorite color.
Like when you say time, different times of day or different times of year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
Any time. Minute.
Minute.
Seconds.
Minute by minute.
This minute
changes.
it's orange.
So
why is it orange
What,
this
in
minute?
60 seconds time, we're going to ask you
'Cause I
again.
just saw orange there.
It's pretty uninspired.
I mean,
As a
we,
designer, I choose the closest color
Yeah,
I
but
can
I
see.
don't know. But I think if I had to choose one color forever, it'd probably be blue
Hmm.
because I
That
feel like
makes
that's the
more
most
sense.
relaxing color to look at.
So we got 2 blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, for me, it's always been like
it's a very, like, blokey answer, isn't it? Blue.
I don't know. You said blue.
But like a fresh blue.
Fresh blue.
Did you just
Describe.
say blue as a blokey? Is that what you said?
I guess so.
Blokey
Oh,
colour.
I'm not sure
Like-
about that.
Yeah.
Oh, sexist.
I regret it as...
Yeah, as soon as you came out of your mouth, though, you were like,
Yeah.
What have I done?
Backpedal.
Not good.
Oh, well, good thing this isn't
Hey,
live.
what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Straight off the bat. Why purple?
Because it's our
'Cause I
DM
like it.
colour.
It's a bit of blue in that. It's a bit of a boyish color, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, I'm a bit boyish, Christo. Come on, keep up. I'm going to eat
Alright.
Lamington now.
Yeah, I see like a purple tinge in your hair.
I
Yeah,
like
it was
Is
very
that why?
purple
Okay.
before. It's faded a bit now. Now it's a bit like gross red, but that's okay. I'll fix it.
Auburn.
We'll get it more purple.
Auburn.
Auburn. Ooh,
Auburn.
Mic drop.
fancy.
Like I did that when I actually have a mic in front of me. I could have dropped.
Auburn.
How good are Lamingtons?
Pretty good, eh?
Oh,
Good, mate.
pretty good.
Aussie.
eh?
Lamingtons are Aussie, right? It's like an Aussie invention. I didn't
Yeah.
know
Would you
that. I
like to know
thought.
the history of the Lamington.
Yes, I would
That's a tale
actually.
for another time.
What is
Okay.
it? So it's just
No,
like
let's do it now.
chocolate? Is it chocolate,
like a
coconut,
chocolate
and
covered
what's
piece
the
of
white
sponge.
It's sponge cake
Spongy cake.
Sponge.
rolled in like chocolate ganache and then covered in coconut. And the only reason it's covered in coconut is because if you don't have the coconut, they stick together.
Oh, that's the flavor bit, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what sticks together?
The chocolate.
The
If you
chocolate.
didn't have coconut on your Lamington
They
and
go
you stuck
stick.
them together,
Mm.
they would just stick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is there some chocolatey sponges?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Can you use peanuts?
You could use whatever you want, but then it wouldn't be a Lamington, would it?
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's not coconut.
Do you used to make very fancy lamingtons back in the day?
Mm-hmm. Of course, I made fancy.
What-
I
what-
don't know. I've never.
Apple.
What's fancy about them?
Yeah. how do you make a fancy lamington?
Yeah, and what's so
Em?
fancy about these lamingtons?
Instead of using desiccated coconut, you should use toasted coconut flakes. That makes it very fancy.
Ooh.
You should also put a layer of mousse in the middle and then make it like tall rather than short and fat.
Ooh.
Ah.
That sounds very
What-
fancy.
What kind of mousse?
Yeah.
Raspberry?
White chocolate.
White chocolate.
mousse.
Oh, it sounds so
Okay.
fancy.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And then
Wow,
if you want to
this-
be even more fancy, use dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate, right?
Oh, hi,
You
Laura. Laura's
Oh.
watching us.
Yeah.
Hi.
G'day, Laura.
Do you have a question for us, Laura?
Come on, Laura. Get on board. I just like all sorts of sweet things. It's my favourite thing in the world. If I could eat dessert for every meal, and
Really?
not like need to be rolled everywhere.
You know,
I
I was going to say,
probably
you know, you can do that.
I could do that, but
Actually, I baked on the weekend.
What'd you bake, buddy?
I baked apple and cinnamon scrolls, and they were by far the best thing I've ever baked or cooked. It was so good.
For the recipe, I don't feel like I have enough patience for like baking and stuff because you got to follow the recipe pretty strongly. I feel. Really,
Meh.
that's what I love. I just like cooking stuff on the stove because like ingredients, bam.
I don't
sort of
like.
thing.
I
Fry
prefer
it up.
baking though because I feel like there's less pressure when you're cooking a meal. You've got to like time everything and get it all like kind of ready at the one time.
That's true.
And I feel like baking.
You got to test a
Is
lot.
is
not-
simpler.
Yeah.
Is that where we're going?
No, not at all. No, because you have different techniques that make it complicated, but there's less of a stress on time for most things.
It's easier to prioritize.
Yeah, well, it's more straightforward, isn't it? I guess.
Does egg temperature affect the cake? Like how cold the egg is? Or
It depends on the cake, but yes, it can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did
Yeah,
that
egg should
come
be
from?
room-
That came out of nowhere.
No, because I bake a lot with my wife, and like this one time we followed the recipe exactly, and it was really good the time before.
Yeah.
This time, like it wasn't that the cake wasn't fluffy.
Oh.
We just couldn't pinpoint like the reason why.
Oh.
And the
Eggs
only
are too
reason, I
cold.
mean, like the only thing that we could find that was different was the egg was like wasn't as cold or warm or something like that.
What kind of cake was it?
It was just like a cheesecake. Like a
Was it
Jap-
one of your fluffy,
Yeah,
famous,
fluffy.
mythical
Yes.
cheesecakes that
Japanese
we never see?
cheesecake? Yeah.
We
that you
see,
have
no,
all
we
the
see him
time?
sometimes. I think you bring him in, you just keep them to yourself. You don't share them.
No, I never brought it in.
Maybe once.
Yeah,
we
he
sh- we
doesn't
should all
want to
bake
share.
something and bring
I've already done that, so
DM Bake Off.
I'm one up.
DN Bake Off.
Supposed to be a big old
The
DM.
next Facebook Live, we just have a DN Bake Off.
Oh, the next podcast. We can do
In
the
here?
we can do the bread making course.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm.
Have to
I'm
use
all
like a
about
natural
making bread.
oven that we make ourselves.
In here, like a wood
Yeah.
wood fire oven
In here.
this room. The ventilation's good.
What's the one thing that you've always wanted to cook or bake but you never have? Like, do you have something you're like, I wish I could do that? Or something that you wish I wish I could do this well,
Food-wise,
food-wise?
Oh yeah, well, pad thai for sure. I made
Pad
pad
thai?
thai a couple of times. It's like disgusting. It's been this big lemony mush. It just did not work out.
Lemony
That,
mush.
that you've made or you've just had?
I've made it. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I tried to make it. It was terrible.
from scratch,
Yeah.
from like complete scratch, as in you made pad thai paste and then you mix it in, or you bought like a little jar of stuff that says pad
Yeah,
thai.
by memory. Yeah, it was from scratch. Like
Really?
Yeah.
Kudos to you. That's
Well, not really, because I've failed miserably. But
I was
yeah,
going to say,
sure.
she was either about to praise you or shun you.
It sounds like it's a bit of
only
both.
praise.
Yeah.
Only praise.
Well, the noodles were
What about
really,
you,
like,
Good
Andrew?
mushy.
vibes only.
The
Yeah, it
noodles?
just turned like really mushy and disgusting.
Yeah,
It just
okay.
didn't taste good at all. I think I didn't use like anywhere near enough oil, and so I think just did not nail it.
Was there a recipe?
Yeah, I think it goes back to that thing, right, where I just like I was saying, I just like making the thing. So, I was
So
like,
you
I
just
was
didn't
like,
follow the recipe was the problem.
probably didn't follow it close
Yeah,
enough.
okay.
I'd say.
And
I'd
we've
say
come
that's-
to the crux
yeah.
of the issue.
That's the
I
issue.
would say
When there's
that's what it came down
instructions,
to.
follow them. Generally speaking.
It's not as fun though. I feel like when you like something like cooking, you just gotta
Okay.
God, you're like my dad.
you gotta have fun more than anything.
So the trade-off is lemony, disgusting mush.
Mhm.
Follow the instructions.
But I'm not as motivated to do things. I'm not gonna have fun doing them. You know. Like if you're like Christo, you spend the next 3 hours following these instructions exactly. I'd be like, I'm not even gonna try to do that.
Such a rebel.
Well, yeah. Oh, I know. I'd rather spend like just a couple hours just mucking around and then end up with a big old failure mush than
Jalopy.
big old jalopy.
What did you do
mess.
with it?
I ate some of it. I promptly chucked out the rest. Probably. I can't imagine I
that's
kept
wasteful.
Mm.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
What about you, Em, as our sort of resident cook / baker?
I'm not a cook.
Baker.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No,
I mean, just take the compliment.
Thank you. I'll accept that. That's great. I
Take
think if there was one food that I'd like to make absolutely from scratch, this is really weird. It would be beef Wellingtons.
Yum. I love beef
Yeah.
Wellingtons.
So like make pastry from scratch, do the whole thing from ground up would be my.
Mm.
I have never done it,
How
and I
long
would
does it
like
take?
to.
No, I want beef
How long does it
Wellingtons.
take?
Well, to make proper puff pastry is like a 24-hour process. So just
Whoa.
the pastry would be a day.
How long is it sitting for? How much of active puff pastry is there?
Well, it depends. There's a few different methods, but you have to roll it, fold it, let it sit for 2 hours, roll it, fold it, let it sit for 2 hours, roll it, fold it, and then ideally let it sit overnight and then bring it out and roll it again.
Jeez.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
That's why good puff pastry is like good puff pastry.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds
my
worth it.
story.
Have you ever made
Nice.
your own puff pastry?
I have indeed. You have to make it when you study at TAFE.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
that sounds
The
like a
amount of butter
very
in
long,
puff
intense
pastry
day.
is mind-boggling. It's amazing.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
It's like, and just wads of it.
Mm.
Because you want to know how puff pastry? But I'm going to talk about puff pastry now for like the next
for it.
hour.
I'm ready, man.
Go for it.
Let's hear it.
So it's called laminating when you fold and fold and fold and fold because you get thin layers of dough and thin layers of butter.
Yeah.
And then when you put it in the oven, the butter melts and it gets hot and it steams, and that's what makes the pastry puff. So the more layers of butter and pastry, the more puff you get.
Oh, I see.
Ah.
Very nice.
There you go. You're all becoming edumacated.
Yes.
The more you know.
Slightly. More and more.
We're all pretty much bakers now.
Yep.
Basically.
Off you
I
go.
think so,
Out into the world and make your own puff pastry.
What about you, Nick? Anything you've ever like dream cook, dream bake?
Probably not bake, but I want to make a brisket, like the one that Sam makes at his competitions.
Yum.
Nice.
Everyone say hello to Mel.
Hi,
Hi,
Mel.
Mel.
Heyo. You can,
Is that our Mel?
Hi, Mel.
Yeah.
Yay!
Our Mel. She's ours. She's
She
nobody
owns her.
else's.
we own her.
We own her.
Belongs to us.
You got any questions for us, Mel?
Oh. She's watching. Maybe
Ooh.
she's not being interactive.
Always watching.
Did you answer the question, Nick? Sorry, I missed.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah, the brisket.
Well, you could always
The
do one of the
brisket.
barbecue. Would you ever do one of those 24-hour barbecue contests like
Nah,
Sam?
no way.
Sounds brutal. I think you got like 3 hours sleep.
They sleep in shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
was telling me about it the other day.
It's really tiring. Although he can get away with like a lot less sleep. I could not do that.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Stealing your
reasons.
list.
It's one of the reasons why I want to go to
If you can
Austin,
read
Texas,
my
as they
disgusting
do.
handwriting,
Awesome brisket.
just read the next question. You can see.
What drives you?
Cars.
Yeah. Mostly cars.
Recycled that one. That one goes to...
Yeah.
Who said that before? Was that you?
No, I think M
M.
originally claimed that.
What? Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was totally me.
A
Yeah.
good pun. Nick, you're in the hot seat. What drives you, buddy?
What drives me?
Yeah.
In what?
Why do you
In life.
in your
like
work?
what motivates you?
Is your passion and why?
This is very deep.
Just having fun.
Just literally, you're just here for a good time.
Yeah.
That's okay, isn't it?
No,
I
it's-
sense judgment there. That
No
was
judgment.
Oh.
I cannot
Jeez,
believe
Chris.
that's
What are
your
you here
philosophy.
for, Chris? So.
Oh snap!
Felt really weird just calling Chris.
Chris.
Toe.
It is weird.
What drives me?
Yeah.
I really enjoy what I do as well. It's not as, I guess I wouldn't describe it as like it is like a lot of fun, but I wouldn't describe it as like it was like not the number one thing. I guess I just have like a lot of passion for creating these like really cool things we build and like seeing people use them and the way they interact with them.
Okay.
It's kind of this
This is a good question, Christo. Sorry, I'm just...
Wow, you just
Yeah,
completely
skip.
skipped
I'm
me.
Yep,
Yeah.
sorry, Nate.
Fine.
You
don't
wouldn't
get
have a good
driven.
answer anyway.
Well, we also
No.
skip me. Don't feel too
Well,
offended. It
Oh
was
no,
like
it's coming around.
a 50
And what
50-50
what drives
shot.
you, Em?
What drives you?
What drives me? Joy.
Yeah.
Good answer.
There's a lot of happiness.
Plain and simple.
Nice.
If it's joyful, then it's good, right?
Yeah.
That's my answer.
I like
What
it.
about you?
What about when things
Other creators.
Oh.
you're inspired by them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, as a creator yourself,
Yes.
would you say that other people's creations drive you, or are constantly pushing you to
Yeah, for
either
sure.
like be better?
Yeah, I mean that's really the
You
the
don't
thing
get
with
to
it. You're just always going to draw inspiration from everywhere.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, it probably goes for any job, but you pursue something because you've seen someone else do it, or you've seen something that you like, and you're like, right, I want to do something like that.
Yeah, I guess that was more along my lines. Like when you guys were like, "Yeah, it's like joy or happiness." Like I definitely like enjoy what I do, but I just mean like when things do get tough, what kind of keeps you going?
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what I mean? Like it's not always 100% fun.
But
I'm
that's-
interrupting now
yeah.
because the person that's not here, that didn't want to be here,
Yeah.
is saying that it sounds like we're all conducting a job interview with each other.
Oh.
Oh, geez, too formal. I think these are just
Who's
questions.
that? Who's that?
I'm
Who
really-
said that?
How are we doing?
Same days, yeah.
I don't think that's a positive thing. I'm just putting it out there.
I'm very interested by these questions personally.
Are you?
Yeah.
Have you been wondering about these for a long time? Looking at us all in the
Yes.
office every day and
Yeah.
going,
No, not for a long
Pretty
time.
much
But
never talk to each other.
Well, that's how you get
Yeah.
to know someone, right?
Yeah, that's
Like-
true. We don't talk to each other.
No.
No,
what do you mean? I
we
talk
just
to you guys all the time.
no, we just kind of yell stuff across the room to each other.
That's why I like these
I'm not involved.
these kinds of formats of podcasts, because you can just
Talk.
have a chat.
Mm.
My water dish is getting empty.
All right, so I guess so we're ditching that question then because Sam was hating on it.
Yeah.
I was very interested to find out the answer, but
Okay.
I guess it's
Why
not good.
why
Not good
doesn't Sam write
podcasting.
us a question?
Yeah.
Yes, Sam.
Let's hear it,
Yeah,
Sam.
come on, Sam.
Come on.
Step up to the plate. Give us a question if
Wait,
you don't like
is
our
this sound
questions.
gone? Oh, this sound's not gone through the Facebook Live.
No.
is it?
Nah.
Okay. So I guess they'll hear like really muffled. sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
Okay.
We're just
Well,
really
we
far
would
away.
we would have done it on the computer, but we couldn't make it black and white.
Ah, too bad.
But you know,
Need that branding.
We are digital noir, so we should probably be black and white.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Sam can hear us because it sounds like a very boring job interview.
It's true.
Apparently.
Thanks, Sam.
Sure.
I'm asking anyway. You're gonna have to answer this. So, what about when things get really tough? What drives you then?
What are you talking about?
He's
It's like-
he's elaborating.
It's like 5:30 on a Monday. These are very heavy questions, Christo.
I just like finding answers to these things.
Oh,
jeez.
Brutal.
Got shut down.
Yeah.
When things get tough,
What drives you to do a really good job?
I'm just driven to do a good job anyway, Christo.
Asleep.
It's just inborn.
Reset.
Asleep. Bit of a
Well,
nap.
not necessarily sleep, but I feel if I get into a creative rut, I need to step away because, I mean, we get caught up in these projects that take us hours and hours and hours and hours. You look at something for too long, and eventually you get to a point where you're like, can't do this anymore. So I'll just go and do something else, and then come back to it, and and just fresh eyes.
Yeah, that's.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I do as well. I just like if I design something and I get stuck or I think it looks shit, I just go and do something else, and then I come back and then I can like see a different angle to it, and then
definitely.
fix the shitness.
Yeah, I like it.
Excellent.
Nikki B.
That's
I
all that
think.
matters.
Fix the
Fix
shitness.
the
It's on your business card. I like it.
That's amazing.
Can we make
fix
t-shirts?
shitness.
Let's just fix the
Yes.
shit.
We definitely need DN shirts at some point.
Yes.
I guess we can some branding stuff soon.
Maybe,
All right.
if you're lucky.
So what was the question that took your fancy?
I liked the what did you want to be when you were a kid?
I like that. I wanted to be a paleontologist because I saw... No, that was before I saw Jurassic Park. I really like dinosaurs. Paleontologist? Yeah, I think it's
And then you saw Jurassic Park and you didn't want to be a paleontologist?
No, it like freaked me out for a little bit because I didn't see the first one. I saw the second one and it really scared me. It was the third one even. I was like, yeah, a bit older. And that really scared me. But no, yeah, I always loved dinosaurs when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, it was an archaeologist, whatever, one of the two. Yeah, I really wanted to like study dinosaurs and fossils and stuff when I was like,
That's
a youngin.
exciting.
You sound very excited.
I'm thrilled by that whole concept.
What about you?
What did I want to be when I was a kid?
Yeah.
I wanted to be lots of things, but I remember the first thing I ever wanted to be was a tornado chaser.
Oh, I
Nice.
Really vividly, I was
That
like, I want to
is-
be that person that like drives out into the middle of
Yes.
nowhere. And
Is it like a full-time job or is that something just reporters do sometimes?
no, there's people like scientists.
Like,
Yeah.
as a full-time job, they just
Yeah,
like,
that's what
wow,
they do.
that's cool.
They chase
It's a
them.
legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the movie Twister.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
Because of
Oh.
Helen Hunt, you want to be a
Yeah,
twister
that was
chaser.
exactly why. So I could just be her driving in a truck with like
Yes.
little balls that
That's
fly
good.
up into
Yeah.
tornadoes.
That's not. That's good though. Like
No.
most kids say, oh, like a police officer or like a vet or something. But
Paleontologist, something like
paleontologist.
Something
and I'm
super
like,
lame.
I want to run into tornadoes.
I want to do it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What about you, Nate?
God, I think the first thing that really stuck with me over a long time was an actor.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what turned... Because you said, I think recently you don't want to be an actor. What?
Yeah,
what
so I
changed that?
actually, well, first of all, every time I went on stage or I performed, I was absolutely terrified. So that probably should have been an indicator. The thing that kind of put me over the edge was I did a musical in year 12.
Yeah.
And
What was the
like, it
musical?
was Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Were you Joseph?
Aw.
No.
Oh, no.
Worse.
Worse.
I was the Pharaoh.
The pharaoh.
Oh.
So for anyone that hasn't seen Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, there's a pharaoh in it that is pretty much Elvis Presley.
That's amazing.
So I wore like 2-inch platforms, like the one-piece suit
Yeah.
and the worst foam wig that
great.
you've ever seen. And then I had to sing like Elvis, and I don't actually...
Are there
I've never had
recordings?
lessons. There is a DVD.
Oh, no, it's not on YouTube.
No,
I
it's
was
not on
about to
YouTube.
embarrass you so
I
hard.
want
Yeah.
to watch that.
It was really bad. Had braces and everything. It was...
Everybody had braces.
I don't have braces.
Oh.
Look at these guys though. I messed up.
Yeah.
It's my bottom teeth.
Actually, I want to come back to that because you've...
Regrets.
I'll come back to that later, but I want to... What did you want to be?
Collector braces.
No, not braces. My answer.
I think mine was
Oh.
always like, it was always switching between just like an Arnott, an Arnott.
I wanted to be an Arnott's biscuit.
I want to be a Tim Tam, mum.
Artist,
Artist.
like just drawing, or an astronaut.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
That's like two
Well, I mean-
very different
Yeah, it
spectrums,
is.
Nick.
Yeah.
Well, you are an artist.
Yeah.
Now, so-
Yeah. So I guess it counts.
Are you-
Oh, look at you
So-
achieving your
I
life
was going to say, you're the
goals.
only one here that's achieved your life goals.
Did I, mama?
You
Yeah,
never
so
know.
I-
I might have chased
yeah.
a tornado in my life.
Yeah.
You were just
Yeah, that's it.
assuming
Oh,
that I
true.
had.
Yeah.
Very
I think you
true.
would. I think you would have told me
Yeah.
if I.
Well, no,
Maybe-
Okay, have you?
You still could.
That's very true. I
You
still
still
could. Maybe I'll go and find a tornado.
And Christo
and
could
chase
still become a paleontologist.
Yeah, I could do all the things.
Yeah.
I will maybe.
Now, I wanted to come back to my answer to that question because last week I started watching a YouTube channel called Yes Theory. So they're a group of friends that are all about going. Oh,
Sorry.
No, go.
Sorry.
No, go.
Sam's just being Sam. Nick, could you give us a bit of a rendition of some lovely song, please?
Yeah, we'd like you to sing.
I think it's a bit out of place right now, Sam.
Oh. No,
We'll
it's not.
wait till
I think it's its perfect place.
Okay.
That's what we'll end the podcast on. We'll end on a high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So there's this group on YouTube called Yes Theory, and they're about, I don't know how you describe it, about spontaneity and saying yes to things so you better yourself as a person and breaking down like social norms and all this kind of stuff. So they do a whole bunch of wacky videos, really like pranks on each other, set people up like on dates, blind dates in France, and they have 24 hours to plan the perfect date and stuff that's like super, super stressful, like, and totally outside their comfort zone, but it's meant to, better yourself as a person.
Sure.
And it got me thinking, what's the craziest thing you've said yes to? Because for me, it would have been the musical, even though I had months to prepare for it, still something that was totally outside my comfort zone. And even though I hated doing it, I'm glad I did do it.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I'm trying. It's difficult to think of one thing. I do like being thrown outside my comfort zone like a lot though. It's something I just like enjoy doing in general. It's like a place I like to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you haven't said yes to like one crazy thing.
No, I'm trying to think of like one crazy thing though. Yeah, no. I mean, have you guys got any examples?
I threw myself out of a plane.
That's cool.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
In-
Stupid idea.
In what situation did you throw yourself out of plane?
Oh, I just got on like
Commercial
a
plane?
passenger
Commercial
plane, and I was
plane,
like, I've had enough now. Out the door I go.
I'm doing it.
Survived
I'm
as well.
taking a shortcut.
She took the only parachute.
God, I hope no one listens to this while they're on a plane.
No, it was my birthday gift. I've always wanted to do it. It wasn't something I would ever buy for myself. So someone bought me a gift voucher to jump out of a plane.
There you go.
Okay.
So I did.
I
It's
do
a
wanna
very
do it.
attractive
Nice.
video. Maybe you'll all see it one day, maybe not.
I think it's
the
like,
video,
it's like
yeah.
a profile picture on Fitbit, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's cool.
that's when I was like happy. Like after after the
Yeah. The
Scared
sheer
bit.
terror.
Well, yeah, it was-
Yeah, I imagine it'd be like so difficult to throw yourself out of the plane.
Well,
like
the
fighting-
thing is,
it's like-
I didn't really have a choice because I went tandem. You can't just jump out of a
But
plane.
I have
by yourself,
seen I have
right?
seen videos of when people are jumping out.
No, I
they're
know,
like,
but it's very
like holding on.
different because you're strapped so closely to the person that you're jumping
Yeah.
with that as soon as they move, you don't have a choice. So
Sure.
I was sitting there and I was like, I'm not really quite sure about this
Yeah.
idea.
I don't feel. I
Jumping
feel
out
like
of
in
a
a
perfect
sense, you
plane.
I've
just,
got anxiety just thinking about it.
It was amazing. If you
Yeah.
ever get the chance to do it, I would highly recommend it. But
Definitely. I
from
feel
the
like in a-
minute
oh, sorry.
they opened the door to when I was actually out of the plane I don't even remember it because it was literally, he
You
was like,
blacked out.
okay, we're going now. Okay, bye. I was like, oh, now I'm not in the plane anymore. That was about it.
How long did it last for?
The
the
free
free
fall
fall?
was like 22 seconds.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
really fast. I thought it was like
22
a couple. I thought it was a couple minutes.
Oh, and then they open the chute.
And then they opened the chute and that was
Okay.
7 minutes.
You fall you fall pretty far. Yeah.
200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be insane.
But when I got there, they said to me, oh, you're jumping from like the lowest height. Did you want to upgrade and jump from higher? That way you've got longer free fall. I was like, nah.
You got to pay to go higher.
Yeah, you do.
How long? Much longer does that last for though? Like another 10 seconds?
No, I think it's like another minute and a half.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Well,
It's a
all
lot
up, I'm
longer.
assuming,
Yeah,
not like
yes.
just free fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah, yeah. Still there.
If you get the chance to do it, I would highly
Oh,
recommend
100%. I'd love to do it.
Have you seen the video of the it was a Red Bull athlete or something or other that jumped
the highest ever?
Yeah,
one?
highest.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
intense.
yeah. Saw
like,
that.
that was crazy. Did you ever see that?
No.
He jumped from as far out of orbit as you could be.
Excellent.
Yeah, you got the
Like
world.
a
You got the world
balloon,
record,
right?
didn't
He
you?
like
Yeah.
went up on a hot air balloon.
Yeah, I think he
Was
did.
that it?
Yeah, he just
Did
kept
they-
going up and up and up.
Did they just like ditch the
It was
balloon?
it was a big
Yeah, I think
silver
so.
like well I think
Yeah, like a heat proof or something.
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
yeah, I don't
crazy
know.
balloon.
It got to a point where it actually didn't
Yeah.
go any higher.
Yeah.
What are those like wingsuits called?
Just wingsuit.
Oh,
I
the
don't know.
Yeah,
the,
the
the
ones-
flying squirrel suits.
Yeah, what are those?
Yeah.
I love watching like video. They're the Red
Yeah.
Bull ones of those. That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
so maneuverable.
That would
Like,
be cool.
I saw these. I think these one guys they jumped off a cliff and they like got into like a moving plane. Like
What?
Like
Really?
as though they've like got up next to the plane. They're flying alongside and they like
Yeah.
just like whoop like hopped in. It's crazy.
There
He
are
just
so-
hopped in.
there are
He's
some
like, oh.
Yeah, it was like flying mid.
this is my stop. There are some people that are batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Sure.
That kind of stuff. I don't think I could ever do because you see, like, they get so close to cliff faces as well. I've seen ones where they
they
like
get
that
like
far
so
away.
low. You see the videos, yeah, and like the thing is, like with those videos, like the GoPros, I feel like the GoPro doesn't even capture like how intense it is. Like it's like when you use them and you kind of look back on it, it's like it was even more intense. So it's like imagine actually doing it; it'd be so terrifying.
Maybe I'll bring my video and you can all watch it.
Oh, there is.
Maybe
there
we
is
could
video.
share it. So
Oh, is it?
everyone
Oh,
can
is
see
the camera like pointed back at you and you're like?
Oh,
'Cause it's on the arm,
wrist.
isn't
He
it?
had a GoPro
Ah,
on his
okay,
wrist. The
okay.
guy that I was jumping with.
Oh,
so
so got the whole thing videoed.
the whole thing from
Even
like
when you first jumped out.
from like when they strapped me into the harness to when I hit the ground.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
So you just hear, I don't think this is a good idea.
There may have been a few
Screaming.
expletives
Yeah.
Freaks,
and screaming
freakouts.
going on, but yes, it's
Nice.
good fun. So that's my crazy thing.
Okay, so
I'm
now
gonna
that
myself.
Christo and Nick have had time to think about theirs,
Oh.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say there's. I don't know, like
nothing.
no, I mean nothing crazy like that. You know, I've like done a marathon before, stuff like that. Like yeah.
Well, that's a bit
nothing.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. doing it again. So
I relate to that so much. Why would you do
Yeah,
it?
why would you
Why
do
would-
that? I don't.
Why?
I mean,
I
because you
told- I mean,
can,
I told you, like I like getting outside my comfort zone. I guess. So yeah, like I just. It's like
but
something.
you've already done it once, so aren't you kind of comfortable with it?
You got to find your
Oh.
next. You
Well,
got to find your
I'm
next
going to
hit.
do it again, and then I'm going to ramp it up. Hopefully.
Oh.
Have you? Would
That's
you
the
do a
game plan.
triathlon?
Like an Ironman.
Yeah.
I would love to. The biggest problem with that is it takes so much time. So like I was looking at that. There's one in Ports Hughes, Macquarie. Where was it, David? I was somewhere.
He's
there
not.
was-
He's not paying
David's not
attention.
listening.
He's checked out.
I don't know if Facebook can see me, but I just pulled a very unattractive face at the concept of you doing like a triathlon.
No, I don't think they
Like,
can.
so I
see
mean,
it.
I do like small triathlons. Like I was gonna do a couple with Guillermo actually. Our other, he actually, you know, do you guys know Guillermo used to be the like national champion of triathlons in Mexico?
Really?
No shit, really?
He's national
Yeah.
champ. Yeah, isn't that
What?
crazy? On a side note, anyway, yeah. So I was gonna do a couple.
Blew my mind.
So I've done a couple of smaller ones. Like I'd love to do like an Ironman, but I mean that's crazy. That's like I'm trying to remember. It's like I'm not gonna be able to remember now. It's something like a 20k swim, like a 200k bike ride, and like then a marathon at the end.
Jesus
It's like
Christ.
brutal. And they just
crazy.
take, and apparently the cutoff point is like 18 hours, and that's kind of the expected finish time for somebody
So I'll
who's
ask again.
doing it for the first time.
Why would you want to do that?
It's like challenging.
It's not getting through to her. She's like,
I
don't. I just don't
understand.
I
understand.
can't describe. Yeah, I just like challenging myself. I don't know.
Sure.
Well, it's like pushing your body to
Yeah,
new
just like-
limits.
yeah, just kind of like It's like the Yes Man thing, you know. It's like
Yeah.
scary and intense, but you know, it's like a
That's a movie, right? That's a Jim Carrey
Yeah.
movie.
Yes Man. Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Yes.
it,
Yes.
He doesn't
Yes,
do any-
man.
He doesn't do anything too crazy, does he? I'm trying to remember.
I
He just kind of gets a girlfriend.
What?
Well, he doesn't. I don't
At the
think.
end.
Does he do it by choice? I don't remember. I haven't seen it in such a long time.
Yes Man.
Yeah, he does like
He does it
skydiving
by
and stuff.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
If you had to say yes to every single thing that came across, like in one day, in
24 hours. Yeah.
and you had to say yes to every single thing that
I think it'd
someone
be safe
asked
for
you,
24 hours, as long as people didn't know about it.
Funnily enough,
Or if
Yeah.
people started catching on, they'd be like, oh, and they
Yeah.
started abusing it.
funnily enough, that's what one of the videos that the Yes Theory guys did, and one of the guys ended up in a dress in Mexico. Seriously, if you're wanting like just fun content, watch Yes Theory. They're really good.
Yeah, check
and
it
they
out.
and they do stuff that's not lighthearted stuff. Like they've gone to Santa Monica Pier and they've revealed their deepest insecurities. They've like gotten up on a chair and just started just talking to the people at
Just-
Santa Monica Pier.
What is
Damn.
going on in this room?
I know, it's crazy. The stuff they've done is
It's time.
absolutely
You're up,
insane.
reveal
Like, it
your
doesn't feel
deepest
real.
secret. Yes, be a yes man.
Be a yes
woman.
man.
Yes,
No,
well.
you're not supposed to be a yes man, right, Nick?
No, you're not.
Oh.
Why not?
Oh,
Can you divulge?
Well, in business, I mean.
Oh,
Sure.
But in life,
But in life, sure.
oh,
Elaborate.
yeah.
Oh, just from the aspect of like clients. So you say yes to everything the client wants, then you screw yourself over.
oh.
So then how do you say no? Or are we giving away all our tips
Oh,
and tips of the
well,
trade?
yeah, well, I mean, not no. You can say other things that aren't yes, but not no.
Oh. So it's
I mean,
clear
you had
as
some good
mud.
points though when you're saying. I think
Excellent.
I think it's like a good thing though. Like you kind of, I think it's coming across maybe a bit like cold, but like it's good when you can say no in some circumstances like that because it's kind of, you kind of give them the best result by doing that. I think
Yeah,
was
so you
what
don't
you're-
just lie all the time. If you say
Next-
yes all the time, you're just making it
Sure.
up. Yeah.
And you need to
Making
think about stuff
false
as well, don't
promises.
you, when you're
Yeah.
be genuine.
running a business?
Yeah.
Not being honest.
Mm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So what about you, Nick? What's the craziest thing you've ever said yes to?
I still can't think of one.
You still can't think of one.
Yeah.
What's a crazy thing you said yes to?
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be good.
Maybe
Just
not.
like an average one.
Everything.
Just an average.
I
one.
don't know.
Like everyone's jumped out of a plane. I mean,
Hey, out of all the people sitting at the table,
no, yours is the craziest.
yeah, thank you.
David might.
I'd
He
have to
hasn't
go
told
back
us.
like when
Oh, David,
I was
have you jumped
about
out of a plane?
maybe 14.
That's a yes.
Sorry, Nick.
I would say like when I was like 14 or 15, I jumped off the 10-meter diving board.
That was so much fun. I did that
Yeah.
too.
Oh.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Was
that's
that
pretty
in
freaky.
Adelaide, Paul? Did you guys hear
Yeah.
about the guy jumped off from the tallest one and then like really?
He died.
Oh, really?
Did it actually
Did he
happen?
really?
Did
Yeah,
it
he
actually-
died. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Did he
I wasn't
not-
sure if that was like one of those
Yeah.
like weird urban myths. I was
No,
like,
like
ah.
not
belly
laying-
flop,
yeah.
10 meters
yeah,
up.
Yeah, well, that would.
Yeah, it's not
Was
good.
it 10
No,
meters?
that would
I thought it
kill
was
you.
even higher, wasn't it? Or was
No,
it 10
it's
meters?
10.
Is
Nah,
the 10 meters
It's
the
10, but
tallest
it
one?
seems like it's 100 meters for some reason.
So
It's very tall.
terrifying, yeah.
yeah.
My dad used to be a clown diver
A
What's that?
clown?
Like he dressed up as a clown and
and
then.
like rode bikes off of diving boards.
Really?
And
Oh,
all
okay.
that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I was
Did
just picturing
stupid
just
stuff.
a random guy at like
Yeah,
the
like
Marion
a
Swimming
clown.
Centre, just in a clown
Yeah.
get up and just was
Like
like,
with the scuba tank. It's a clown diver.
like
Yeah,
said,
that's
said
totally-
nothing,
that's
just dove,
totally it.
just dove.
Witness me.
Just like that.
Give me money.
Yep. There you go.
What
That's
a-
cool.
What do you think would be scary? Do you think jumping out of a plane would be scarier, or would bungee jumping be scarier? 'Cause I think
Depends.
bungee
I think
jumping.
bungee jumping onto like rocks would be super terrifying. So there's water.
I don't think you're doing it right.
No, but like, as in rocks like below you, not necessarily.
Sure.
Like, you
Well,
know-
don't they do it at the Grand Canyon, don't they? Or is it like a
Probably.
giant
I'm sure
swing
they-
or something?
I'm sure they do it some places. Yeah.
I'm going to bungee jump. I'll tell you.
Oh,
When
you
I've done
are.
it, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bungee jumping, I feel like would be scarier because you're like
can
really
see
close
it.
to the ground.
Yeah.
Or like skydiving, you're just like pretty much in space.
Also, you can see
guess
it. Like
relatively
it's like
close,
sense
yeah.
of scale, right?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
Well, did it? Yeah, did it feel like? What's the word I'm trying to think of? Like, did it not feel real when you're up that high and kind of jumping out, or did it feel?
Well, she blacked
sure.
out by the sounds of it.
I'm sure in one sense it felt very real.
No, it wasn't scary. Once
It-
you were out of the plane, it wasn't scary.
Once you got kind of used to
It was the
It's the literal leap of
anticipation
faith,
of
isn't
actually
it?
like,
yeah, I feel
oh
like
my god,
yeah.
what's going to happen to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine the anticipation would be
Mm.
awful.
Once you're out, you're like, oh well,
Well, yeah,
I'm out now.
Nothing you can do now.
Something
Just
happens.
Pull the
that's
parachute.
it. Yeah, pretty much. I'll let you know when I bungee jump. When I
When
take
you
that
go,
one off.
when you going bungee jumping? How long?
When am I going to?
Yeah. Kind of time
I
frame?
was going to fairly soon, but that's not going to happen.
Oh.
So maybe within the next
Surely.
12 months, I would say.
I like it.
Is there a place
Yes.
in Adelaide that you can, or South
No.
Australia that you can do it?
I don't know about SA.
Probably.
Maybe. I know you can do skydiving in SA. Maybe we'll do that.
You can
Mm.
in lots of places.
Oh, nice.
Is that what? Did you do it here in
Yeah, I did.
Adelaide? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Good fun.
Very cool.
Yeah. Funnily enough, there's a lot of places you can fall out the sky. Not a lot of cliffs.
Indeed.
Well,
I liked it.
I have more questions.
Oh my god, you and your
Oh, yeah.
questions.
I'm being shunned. I'm being
Because
told
they're all like,
it's a boring job interview.
So you just got to come up with them off the cuff, and they feel more
All
genuine.
right. Here's a question I
Go
haven't been
for
thinking about at all. Where do you all see yourself in 10 years?
that's a serious
Yeah,
job
some other
interview
serious
question.
one.
That's
Yeah, I
a
know.
very.
That's like,
yeah, if Sam didn't think we were doing a job interview before, he would be now.
Nick, now would be the time to sing.
Save us, my love.
Okay, is that a genuine
Do you want us
question?
to answer that?
Yeah,
That's a
do you want us
genuine
to answer
question.
it?
Okay.
I'm very interested in these things.
I'm kind of disappointed in your questions, by the
Well,
way.
you
Just
can
come up with better
Make
questions.
up your own, buddy.
Well,
I have. I've been coming up with
far
them.
away until you get a better one. This is what we're sticking with.
I mean, the yes thing was my idea.
That was a good question.
Thank
I'll
you.
admit it.
Thank you very much. It provided us with 10 minutes of content. You're welcome.
You're welcome. All
Um,
yours.
I don't know. Hopefully doing the same thing, just better. I mean, like,
When you
joking
distill it
aside,
down to-
seriously.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I what I do now, I love,
Yeah.
and I want to
cool.
be good at it.
Are we talking
That's like-
professionally or just like that's a fairly large
That's
scale
true.
of things,
let's go
right?
in let's go in a broader
So,
sense. Okay, let's go in a broader sense. Yeah. Let's hear it.
10 years from now, professionally, is very different to like 10 years from now, life.
Let's hear
Answer
it.
both.
Yeah, both, please.
What did I ask that for?
That was entirely your fault.
That was all me. I walked straight into that one.
That's on you.
10 years from now, I would like to be probably, sorry, Sam, working remotely. So,
Whereabouts?
in a decade or so. I don't really care.
Like Australia, or what do you mean
Nah,
by remotely?
overseas.
Yeah, cool.
So
Italy.
I'd like to have the opportunity to like manage a team, but probably do it remotely.
Oh, cool.
if we're
yeah.
talking professionally.
Is that so you can see the world, quote unquote? Or-
Quote unquote. Yeah, probably. If it doesn't happen before then.
Yep.
Again, sorry, Sam. No, that's not a thing. That's probably the one thing that I would like to do that I haven't achieved.
Yeah, cool.
Would you say that's also personal? Like
Yeah,
moving
I suppose so.
overseas?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Okay, let's get away. Job interview. Like, what are some things on your bucket list then that you want to?
Oh my
You got to let everyone answer the question, Krista.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
you
make it
gotta,
more
like-
interesting for you guys.
You're killing your
hate-
content.
you hate my
You
questions.
got to ask everyone.
Do you have a bucket list?
Kind of
Not really.
not like a written.
I mean, places to go. Probably.
None of you have a bucket list.
Not like a
you
phys-
Not
haven't-
like written
I
down.
have like
Yeah.
a mental one, yeah.
yeah, like a mental one, like some
Which
things.
I've
like, yeah,
forgotten already.
Once like some things I'd like to get done before. Yeah.
Well, like do the dishes, do my laundry.
Yeah, I guess I get
That
the,
sort of stuff.
You really should. You should say
Exactly.
Christo's dishes. It's insane.
Yeah, you
It's
actually.
quite an
It's
achievement.
like it's literally this high off the sink.
Okay, so there's a website called 100 Things.
Come on, Nick.
Look at you bringing it back to web and app. And
There's a website called
There you go.
100things.com.
Yeah.
The guy who created it is called Sebastian, and he had a very close friend who passed away.
Yeah.
And I don't think his story is particularly realistic for life in general, but he basically gave up his life and decided that his passion was going to be achieving the 100 things on his bucket list.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've heard of that.
So you can get on there
Yeah.
and create a list of 100 things that you want to do.
Have you done it? Or
I have done it.
wow.
You
And you got
go and
100?
look at my list if you like.
Really?
Yeah.
You got 100?
I have 100.
Can we pull that up right now? Can you write off the top 10?
Oh, jeez. Intense.
Maybe I'll just like paraphrase
Well,
what's on there.
Yeah, sure.
While you find it.
Sure.
It's quite a lot to come up with.
Yeah. That is a lot.
100. Yeah. Wow.
I don't know if I have a.
I'd have like a top 5 or 10. I think.
What's like the rank? Is like the number one is like the most
No,
far
it's
fetched.
just 100 things.
Just-
There's
just
no
random.
like
Okay.
priority.
Oh, so yeah,
It's
so
just-
it's not a list
Okay.
of priority. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Now I have to remember my login.
I mean, I think personally would probably be travel.
Yeah.
Like I'd love. I mean,
Have you done much traveling?
not really. I've gone to most places in Australia. I've gone to the US. Gone to
Yeah.
the States for a couple of weeks. I did a course over there for university.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a holiday, but not really.
Yeah, sure, like kind of
the
working
top 3 for me would be Canada, Italy, and New Zealand.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah.
But I think I'd love, like, ideal dream goal would be retire and live in Italy, just in a small town.
Oh, nice.
That's what
You
I
got yourself all set up. Nothing
Yeah.
specific, just a small town in Italy, northern Italy.
Yeah.
Small farm.
This one
Small
right
wine
here.
grow wine and olives.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything about the Italian culture: the food, the wine, the way they,
Yeah, it's cool.
they treat each other.
Yeah, I definitely want to live overseas at some stage with like US. I think it'd be really cool. Somewhere in Europe too, like Italy. It'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about you? So, what
yeah,
about
I mean,
you?
that's-
Like personal.
Yeah, that's definitely on the bucket list. Like I want to live overseas at some stage for sure. Love to start my own business at some stage, whatever it is. Definitely something. Yeah, what I'm working with. I love like working with people and technology. So something combined with that. Other things. I don't know. Yeah, I guess doing an Iron Man would be good.
That's a pretty good bucket list.
Yeah, I love to get.
Do you want?
Oh
Sorry.
Jeez, let him finish.
no,
Sorry.
let's hear it.
Go.
Oh, I love to get into some MMA stuff too, more heavily.
Oh,
as well.
really?
It'd be cool to do like one fight. I think.
Pro.
Not pro, but like it'd be good to do like one fight. I think. That's on the
We
bucket
we
list.
should make it our mission to, like,
Mm.
super Yes Theory style. We should get Christo into an MMA fight
I think I can do
and
it.
then film it for our
What would your weight class
Wow.
be though?
light.
ultra lightweight.
That's a good question.
no, because you have to pick a weight.
I don't know. So what? I weigh.
Obviously, you'd be
Like-
very tall for like a
I weigh
lightweight.
Yeah, I weigh like 76.
Is that an
or something at the
advantage or-
moment?
Okay.
But I feel like if I wanted to get into a fight,
How much?
I feel like you probably
76 or 78, I think.
I feel like you need to gain weight probably.
I want to put on some muscle, but probably lose some fat because I want to like. I mean, it's probably like an amateur fight though, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like I want to like cut
Yeah.
weight like crazy.
Probably do like
It'd
middleweight.
probably be like around that.
would you?
So.
Is the goal to win or to just do it?
Obviously, I'd want to win, but
Sure.
I don't want to lose. That's not the aim. But yeah, like
Stupid question.
definitely do it. Yeah, I don't care about losing. It'd just be cool to do. I'd love to do that. Be a lot of fun.
Nice.
My list isn't working, but I can tell you one of the things on it.
Let's hear it.
No TV for a month.
Oh, that's a good
nice.
one.
That's cool.
I'm assuming Netflix is included in that as well.
That's all TV.
Oh, so even like you can't watch
What
YouTube
about phones?
documentaries
Correct.
or
Not for like watching purposes.
So like
So,
video in
I was
general.
going to say,
Any video.
no video
No
content at
No
all.
video content, no TV,
Wow.
no
Okay.
screen.
Well, you could listen to the Digital Noir
Oh my
podcast on
God.
Saturday at Digital Noir Presents.
That's one of my things.
that's a cool one. I like it.
That's a good one, actually.
Mm.
It's a mix of like
like go without technology for.
Oh no, it's just a mix of like. So there's big things like travel
Sure.
and all those sorts of things, but other things that would be a challenge or something I wouldn't normally do that are smaller that I could
sure. Yeah.
manage.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
What you got, Nikki?
Probably write like a graphic novel.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And you do the drawings as well?
How
Yeah,
graphic?
do it all. Very graphic.
Much graphics.
Maybe
so
I think like horror sci-fi.
That'd be very
Or
cool.
sci-fi.
You got any inspiration? Like anything?
Not directly, but has like it's horror, but has time travel elements.
Nice. Love a bit of time travel.
I think you like.
Oh,
your-
yeah.
Speaking of
I
time
love
travel, did you see that Joss Whedon has a new show that's been picked up by HBO?
No.
He's got a new show. I forget what it's called, but it's set in Victorian times, but it's about time travel
Oh, okay.
and it sounds amazing.
I
Go
love-
for it.
I love time travel.
Go.
Oh,
Do it.
Take it.
I love time travel. I've seen like every time travel bloody thing.
I love Joss
What's
Whedon.
your favorite type of time travel?
Type of time
Thing
travel?
where there's two types, right? There's like when you travel back in time and
Yeah.
it's the exact same as the past, or you travel back in time and it creates a parallel universe.
Like Back to the Future or
where it changes things. I personally prefer it when it doesn't change things. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like all that
I
stuff's
mean,
really confusing.
in terms of, no, there is like two versions of time
You know what I
travel
mean?
in
Like
entertainment. So you've got the fixed time travel where no matter what you do, you can't change it.
Yeah.
Or you can
Kinda
do
like
is
Dark on Netflix. Have you watched that?
I haven't, but I've
Okay.
heard it's good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do
that
want to
one's
watch
really
it.
good.
And then you have the one where it's malleable, like it's constantly in flux, and
you can like go back and change things. Yeah, I like it. I feel like there's like more interesting story when you can't change the past because things aren't the way they work out.
Yeah.
Storytelling wise, like the fixed time travel is always like
I think it's more difficult.
generally makes the better content.
Yeah, sure.
Because
Back to the Future
because you
makes
end up
no
having
sense,
like
though.
hubris.
Like when like in Back to the Future Part 2, when he goes in the future, like his future self is there. Well, he shouldn't be because he's skipped over that time. You know what I mean? To travel to the future.
Well, no, because it assumes that he travels back.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
See, it's all fixed. Like because he does, but yeah, like the rules in Back to the Future aren't.
It's a bit because like if he skipped over, like for example, when he sends his dog to the future,
Yeah.
right, his dog's not there while he's traveling to the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it makes sense.
Like time travel stuff, you can get really
Pretty nerdy.
You can get really nerdy about it, but I mean, at the end of
the
the day, it is it's
Yeah.
science fiction. But I mean, it provides very riveting content, as Emily is very well aware of.
Yep, I'm fully invested in what you're all talking
she's
about.
just listening attentively. She's like, "Oh, I love
I'm
this, all of it."
So in the zone.
What's your favorite time travel movie?
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. sorry.
Gosh. No, I quite like the
Me-
Time
me
Traveler's
too.
Wife,
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
but only
that's
because
cool.
I really like the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like Rachel McAdams.
Well,
Have you
Sure.
have you written like any like screenplays or stories late?
Have I written?
Yeah. Have you put together like many? Have you put together many scripts? I guess obviously you would
No,
have put together
I-
some for uni, right?
I mean, I've done a
Like
bit of
film
writing.
stuff.
It's not my like area of expertise. I didn't really
Yeah.
have like an area that I focused on while I was at uni because everyone else kind of had their thing that they were focused on. Like you had your
Oh, sure.
cinematographers, your directors, your writers, and I just didn't really find like a place to fit in, which
Yeah,
is
sure.
fine because I actually kind of prefer to sort of have a general experience,
Yeah,
like
definitely
all-round
cool.
experience,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is great
cool.
for here because I'm the only one that does that
can do
video
all the
content.
things,
yeah,
yeah.
so it's important that you have skills in all the areas. Like I wouldn't say I excel in any particular area, but I'm happy enough with, the content that I produce.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades, but master of none.
Yeah.
Which I don't think
Nick's
is
laughing.
which. Yeah, some people like really hate that phrase,
Mm.
and I don't get it. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing to be
No,
a
it's
jack
cool.
of all
Yeah.
trades.
I definitely like the variety in what we do, like being like a small kind of studio. It's cool.
The fact that we actually get to do our own podcast is pretty cool, and this is like part of the job.
I like it.
It's pretty cool.
There are absolutely worse places in the world to work, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't let you do podcasts.
Well,
Like
no,
retail,
just generally speaking.
retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're quite lucky.
I agree.
Very
I think
fortunate.
we've all had previous jobs in places.
Yes.
Well, you got to start somewhere, don't you?
Nah.
What?
I disagree.
Can only go up from here.
No, I'm not talking about here. Sam, if you're listening, that's not what I meant. I love what I do here. And I love where I am. Please don't fire me.
Oh, that's funny.
I only just got here.
Please let me stay. That's funny. Any more deep
No, I was about to say.
down questions, Christo?
I'm all out of job interview questions, I think.
Okay, good.
None of you got the job, unfortunately.
Damn.
No.
Sorry, guys.
None of us got the job.
Way too much sass about the questions. Should not
Pretty
treat
sure
you
that's how I got my job. I'm done.
too much sass.
Yeah.
Actually, that said, if someone was talking like that in an interview, yeah, that would probably be pretty good.
I think actually the first
would
thing.
like the
Here's
sass.
my hot interview tip for you.
Yep.
The first thing I said when I sat down across the table from Sam and Tess was they said, "Oh, we're looking for someone that can do these specific things. How do you feel about that?" And I went, "Well, pretty good because that's me."
Nice. Nice.
Like that's it.
Yep,
Easy?
that's it. Full
Boom.
stop.
And then she got the job.
Dropped
just
the
from
mic.
that.
Boom.
Yep.
Walked out
Got
of
the
the
job.
Just walked out of the room after
Yep.
you said that.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need to
Okay,
know any
done.
more.
Yeah,
Luckily,
the interview was over.
That kind of thing would definitely work with Sam and Tess. I don't know if that would work
Yeah,
for
you've got to
all
read
people.
the room. You do.
For
yeah,
sure.
that's true.
Absolutely.
sure.
It would work with the kind of job you want to have. So if,
Yeah.
if it doesn't work, then you.
Well, I mean,
It works out either way.
we're all about personality here, aren't we?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, makes sense.
What are you doing here? Okay.
Wow. I ask myself that question every day.
Oh dear.
Nope, I'm out of job interview questions.
You're out of job interviews.
All right.
Does that mean we're done?
Yeah,
I think we're done for the day.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What does producer
Yeah.
D say?
Vote
We're
of
done.
confidence.
Thanks for the chat, y'all.
Thanks, Facebook Live,
See you later,
Yes.
guys.
for
Thanks to
tuning in.
Facebook. Oh, it's yes.
I actually have to go over there and press stop on it.
You do.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awkward.
Okay.
Well,
Bye.
everyone watch Make Approach. Bye, guys.
See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Fun times.